All right. Well, let's get into the battle then. Do I have
Okay,
this
I'll
set right?
start since my team seems to be green. We have Vermont, Moskva, a Nevsky, Hindenburg. Okay, a Gearing, a Daring, and a Ragnar. All right.
Okay.
And
I'm
then we
just.
have your teams in red.
That's right. We got my teams in red. I'm just looking over the ship builds. It looks like your gearing is not running unique upgrade. Instead, opting for luck chuck torpedoes. So our
Hmm.
side, we've got our Montana. Now this is interesting. Yesterday it was pretty much all Schlieffen for Step Citadel. He was not able to make it work, so perhaps we're going to see something happening here instead. We got a Salem, a Des Moines, Marseille, and Napoli. All yesterday we were running double Napoli, or Marseille, so it's interesting seeing that change up there. And then we've got Marceau and Obi-Wan Cannoli. Now Obi-Wan yesterday was all Kleber, and he's changed to a
Oh,
Daring. Quite
interesting.
interesting. Yeah.
Well, I think this map is favors TDs with Hydro, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. Absolutely does. I'm just
Yeah.
setting my mods up a little bit here. So just sorry for the distraction. That should be good. Got to make sure everything
Uh,
fits right, you know?
of course, of course. As usual, I had a bunch of technical issues yesterday, so you don't have to tell me.
Uh-oh.
It was fun to a point where I lost half of a game because I didn't realize I did not change the scene, and I was
Oh
commenting.
no!
Yes, yes, yes,
Wow, so you won and nobody saw it. Well, nobody saw the first half at least.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. But that
I'm
happens. Well, I guess when you're
yeah.
not really regularly streaming from home.
So I'm happy to see
Uh,
that our team is not going the 3-4 line like they did last time, yesterday. That was not so pretty on this map. Your
the
team is
3-4
doing,
line.
yeah, yeah. They kind of said say goodbye to C, and yeah. Now keep an eye on Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan does something really brilliant here. Never mind, he's not doing it. Um, he
What
parked.
was that supposed to be?
He took the Kleber into AB and parked it in on the opposite side of like the typical Moskva island,
Ah, right.
which
Okay.
was really fun to see because nobody could get him out of there.
Hmm. I see he's also running the... What is it? Is it the Brazilian camo?
We'll take a look in just 1 second. Yesterday they were all doing the school bus camo and they got schooled. Yes, that is the Brazilian camo.
It's awesome. One of the best camos in the game, I think.
I love it. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay, and we have a daring on daring action. A raider from Moskva. And Obi-Wan needs to get going, I think.
I would think so. It's interesting that,
Or, I mean, he can stay.
I mean, you know. But it's interesting that the call didn't come out to radar back your daring because the clock's Des Moines is right there and he can easily, radar the daring orbital banana.
Yes, that's true.
But Obi is trying to just outlast the radar. There he goes. He's still on fire, so he's still spotted because of that. No, oh sorry, the Moskva's still radar.
No, he just... Yeah.
There he goes.
Well, to be fair, looking...
Oof.
Oh, now he got a big chunk from Vermont, but till
Yeah.
then, he was doing really well at dodging.
Yeah, up until that point. Whoa! Look what's going on with your Nevsky. Look at your Nevsky.
What the hell just happened there?
He's
Was
in
it the
trouble.
Marseille, Napoli?
It's gotta be, yeah. Torpedo's coming into Chukwama, but he'll be fine.
Yeah,
He
he
must
cannot
have.
shoot. The Napoli is way too close. Marceau as well. He's in a very bad spot right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Only can use those secondaries.
yep.
Well, and the torpedoes, which I don't think will do a lot.
No, he's trying, but you're right. He can't use the secondaries. You can see that Chukwama is just YOLO charging right now, which I like to see.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's what Napoli's do fairly well. That's for
right.
sure. Let's see if those torpedoes do anything. They look a bit better, but no, definitely not.
Marceau, though, Poom needs to get into the smoke, and he's not. He's actually staying out of the smoke. He's going to go down here.
Yes, he is getting
Maple
focused.
spotted now.
Yes, and it should be his demise.
Yep, yep.
But if
He's
it's a
shot-
trade, then it's a trade I'm willing to take.
Right, now, Poom needs to stop. It's time to stop! What are you doing? He's going forward! No! He just wants to die. And he's not even
That
shooting the gearing
is-
that's closer.
Yes, that is a very weird choice.
I mean...
And there he goes.
What, sure.
But then we might still lose our gearing because he decided to shoot at your Marceau,
I think
which
he was
might
really...
cost him his life.
Yeah, he was very surprised, wasn't he, to see that Marceau
Yes.
pop out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't...
That's
I don't
for
blame
sure.
him. But he does go dark, so he manages to save his ship. Now, Chukwama is now turning broadside to the Vermont and saying, I'm out of here. His smoke is down. I don't think we're going to see
Yeah.
him make it out of here.
It is in Napoli, though, so you never know.
Yeah.
Although he is on fire, and there's the shells from Moskva,
Nope.
and he
There it
is
is.
dead. Yeah.
There it is. So I like the attempt. That looked really fun, but
It did. It did.
unfortunately...
It Sealy claimed it looked like a good way to neutralize the Nevsky smoke train.
Mhm.
Because that's generally what our team does in this tournament. Smokes up a Nevsky or a Des Moines. And that kind of looked really well at neutralizing it. But yeah.
No, I absolutely like it. I thought that was great. I just wish we wouldn't have lost, 2 ships in the process, and then Konda now has to back off. So,
Right.
we did capture the sea cap by Obi-Wan, and now he is detected on Moskva Hydro going into the AB, and you can see our Montana is also going into AB.
Well, I guess your team with one ship disadvantage. I think they want to capture the Moskva here by surprise or kind of neutralize, because it's a very good position for a Moskva to be in that situation.
Right. Now, our Salem and Hindenburg are dueling each other, and it's interesting to see the Hindenburg seems to be kind of winning in this engagement. You wouldn't expect to see that, especially because Salem has a super heal.
Well, you're saying that, but let's wait till that super heal starts ticking, popping, and healing.
Oh, look at your Moskva. Watch your Moskva. Obi's going
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a
Single fire
daring.
torch.
It'll send us salvo of torpedoes going one way, but there's no way he survives that.
No.
The
He
question
knows
is
he's going
how
to die.
precise the torpedoes
Get
are.
him off, get him off,
And
get him
they
off, get him off.
seem- And they seem to be very good. Yeah,
Yeah, they're gonna hit.
Moskva
Oh,
is dead.
beautiful.
Very nice. Very good execution.
Yeah.
And our Vermont is running away from that Montana.
Yes, he is. Now, Step Citadel's in trouble, though, because obviously the other daring is coming out. And you can see
Well,
the Ragnar getting on
let's-
this, too.
Let's see how successful those torpedoes will be. Nowhere near as good, that's for sure.
No.
But 1,
2.
2, and that's all.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Now, Conda-
great.
Kata needs to absolutely turn around and go into sea now. He's stopping. I don't like this. He's stopping because he's looking at the Vermont. But he absolutely needs to, advance. He needs to prevent these destroyers from basically having their way with Step Citadel.
Mm-hmm.
You can see Hindenburg
Well, I think
has...
that horse also wanted to catch the Des Moines to just, counter that Moskva loss from our side.
Yeah, I also don't
but,
understand the decision for our Salem to break off and run away. Like I said earlier, he was losing the engagement, but this allows the Hindenburg to get his guns in on this action too.
That's true. And now Salem has nowhere near the range to do anything with the Hindenburg, while Hindi, we know the range there. It's
Right.
it's far greater.
Yeah, I feel like this is just ring around the island. for Dead Horse.
It sure is.
But this is why we needed. This is why Conda needed to be in the middle of the map right now, because he needs to be continuing to pound on the Vermont here, get the resets, all that kind of stuff. You can't afford to let them get both caps. And, I mean, this train that's going on here with Vclax Des Moines, it's just kind of painful to watch, frankly. All right, Conda's going to dodge the torpedoes. That's good.
Yes, yes. But I think your Des Moines is dead.
Well, I don't even understand why he's moving so slowly. Like, there's no need to be in formation. He's not being tugged or towed by the Montana. You know?
Are you sure about that?
Like,
but now we have Vermont on Montana action, or at least it's coming very soon.
It's coming soon, but you'll notice that Dead Horse has stopped, and he's waiting for the Montana or the Des Moines to come around the cap, the island. There it is. There's a first salvo. Good turn in there. But see, now, as soon as Vclag's dead, now Conda Gaspar is going to be the focus target.
Oh, and he wanted to kill the Des Moines.
Well, yeah, I would definitely go for the Des Moines first, and that's just... Oh,
but right now he's going to beach, or is he? No.
Nice job there with the armor angling.
Let's be honest. Yes, exactly. If that's not going to kill him, he's not very well angled to your Montana.
Nope. Dead Horse is definitely going to go down. There he goes. Now, here's the problem. With Conda Gaspar leaving C, I didn't say leave C, I said just get into C. With him leaving C, your gearing's like, hey, cool, free cap, and he just takes it.
Free real estate, exactly.
And Goris continues to lose in a engagement with the Hindenburg. Ouch.
Oh, that's still happening.
That is still happening. So yeah, so they brought him. He backed off long enough for the Hindenburg to help kill the Des Moines, and then after the Des Moines dead, he's like, okay, well now I guess I'll go and die again. Now he's sitting there. The proper thing, I think, for the Des Moines would have been to go north and just charge the two destroyers, the Ragnar and the Daring. Staying with the Montana isn't going to help.
Yeah, well, still would have been a fairly tough situation for him. We're still talking about very good DPM DDs, but he probably would have went on top there.
Yeah,
but I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised by the Hindenburg usability in this game.
Yeah. And you can see your guys are like
back in competitive.
I don't know, but your guys are absolutely saying, let's go get the Salem now, while everybody else is hiding.
Yes.
So again, that's one of the parts about competitive that's really difficult, and I think hasn't really, I don't think our team has really kind of figured it out quite yet. And that is the importance of having multiple things happening in one place and then mutually supporting each other.
What about those torps?
On Conda Gaspar? I don't know. I also don't know why he's sitting. I guess they're expecting the Montana to show up? Or get farmed again? Conda's gonna take a torp in the face.
The enemy is about to win.
Yeah.
And Step Citadel's on fire again. He does have a heal. He's got it going now. But he's absolutely
I guess they were not pushing because they felt like, well, we have the cap advantage, we have the point advantage. My team needs to push, but then again, you see what's happening to...
Yeah.
Yeah. And now even from the gearing.
From the gearing. From the gearing.
Exactly.
So, you know, I think a lot of this comes down to that failed push up the 910 line.
The enemy is about to win.
Again, that Ragnar just coming out, I really don't understand that decision. Usually once, you know, you're in that situation, if you're low,
what are my guys doing?
You want to try to hold
your... Daring.
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, they're on Hydro, that's what it is. So they've been spotted, and so that's holding them in position. Now, interestingly, there's the shots from Conda Gaspar. I was wondering when those were going to start coming in. Conde just needs to move out of here so he doesn't get torpedoed and killed by the gearing. And he's going to beach. Okay, well... why? Okay. See, your team is putting together, right, this execution of the Salem. 3 ships working together in tandem to take him down. Here comes the Hindenburg shots. There's the Ragnar.
You know, my Ragnar might die
No.
During this execution.
I don't think he will, but even if he does, like, what is... Then they just W at Conde Gaspar's Marseille.
Yeah.
Goris is trying desperately to use a super heal now. He waited a little bit late on that. His heal's out, and he's gone. So,
yeah, now all they have to do is just start farming.
And Conde has he's got 3 heals available. So, really, the only thing that's going to kill him is allowing him to taking torpedoes from the gearing. And maybe getting into range for the Hindenburg. He should not be turning south here. He should actually be turning north. So the Hindenburg can't shoot him. And he's also trying to shoot... See, if he gets out of the cap, then your team just walks right in. He should be heading north. This is a terrible decision to head south.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he is in such a difficult spot. Everything depends on him. And your team could still easily win it, by the way.
Wait. What? He's gonna...
I mean, look at this. Oh, he's going to...
He's turning
He's
back...
going right into the Hindenburg.
Yeah. See,
okay.
The play would have been go straight north of AB, kill the Daring, maybe the Ragnar while you're at it with your Hydra going and blasting away and all that. Gearing comes out, is spotted. He's got secondaries on him.
That's a very risky spot for my Gearing to be, especially with those points.
Conde cannot stop. He's actually slowing down here. He absolutely has to go.
Where are his guns at? Okay, he's not even
Pointing
thinking
towards the
about shooting
Hindenburg.
at that Gearing. Yeah.
And just like that, we have no more point gain.
Yes.
Your team's gonna win
Your
despite
main
him.
advantage just
It's gone.
went out of the... Yeah, exactly.
Offload the crew before the ship gets sunk. There you go.
And there we have the Gearing Torps coming in.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it as you 1, me 0 in this best of 3, which basically
it seems
means
that's the way.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go, and it's actually on points. Okay. Well,
It is on
look,
points.
It was interesting to see. You can't deny that.
Oh God, it could have worked a lot better for both teams, frankly.
Ski, Hindenburg, Gearing, Marceau, and a Ragnar. Yeah, sorry if
I
you
didn't
did not
even realize we were
actually
going.
went live. Yeah, we're going.
Alrighty then. Fair enough. So it looks like everybody's in the same setup as on your team as the last game. I mean, if it worked last time, let's make it work again.
Which is surprising because that did not happen in the past for us, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
But
so
let's see your team, yeah?
Yeah, Step Citadel going back to the Schlieffen. Just, I don't know. I guess he must have been frustrated with the Montana. Although, I will say he did very well last game. And
oh yeah, we actually had a Vermont. Now we have a Montana.
That's true.
How about
that's
that?
Right. And that makes sense for this map. It's a larger map. We got 2 Marsilles that are heading towards the 910 line. With Pum and a Gearing now. Unique upgrade Gearing. And then we've got Mosfa, Kleber, Marceau heading towards the A side. Now, Obi-Wan said to me that he and Chukwama were going to try to give us a show this time.
All right.
Let's see what that is, because I feel like they're just going to kind of YOLO into A and find pretty much the bulk of your team in the process.
Yeah. you can see what's happening. Clearly, Montana and Hindi are going to be on the defensive side from my team, defending the home cap. But then on A, we should... Yeah, they already spot each other.
Yep.
But my Marceau is in a disadvantage at this moment with the French wolf pack kind of jumping into him. And look how quickly he's losing health. Damn, no, I don't like this.
I do.
They were not lying. They were not lying.
No. Now, Obi-Wan, though, is in trouble. You can see he's taking quite a bit of pain. And he absolutely needs to back off.
It's a trade. But he is very well on getting out of that situation. I guess let's see.
If he gets set on fire, this could be catastrophic for him. That's really what he needs to focus on doing, not getting set on fire. As if he has any control over that. Alright, he's gone dark.
But he is unspotted, yeah.
And now Chukwama's going to take a few hits. The big thing is, if you look at the positioning of Moskva and Moskva, your Moskva was able to help in that engagement, and for whatever reason, ours was on the other side of the island. I really don't understand that decision.
Well, look, for what it's worth, your team still executed this super frontal attack. I mean, they did not cap, so that's one thing, but they managed to score a kill, which is what matters. So, very nice. And that Marceau, even with 3k health, will still be able to sting a bit. So, I'm a bit worried now.
V-Clax, Moskva, see, this is another reason this is a bad spot. It leaves you open to shots from the other side.
To Montana.
Yeah. Even the Hindenburg is getting in on this. And Hindenburg is a is a really good counter for Moskva because it's got 1/4 AG pen. It will absolutely chew up all of that Moskva 50mm deck armor.
That's true. That's true. And even though we lost 1 DD on that side, Vile is right now capping A, so we should get that. Your team is disengaging from that side, at least at the moment.
Yep.
So we have 2 caps versus 1. Your team is heavily pushing right now towards B. I wonder how that'll work. And Vile ate a torpedo from the Marceau.
Oof.
How did that happen? Tell me.
That good. Now Pumse is putting down a smoke screen to allow the Schlieffen Step Citadel to go farther north. Maybe just start shooting with his secondaries. Alright, so the Marsilis have been detected. They need to start working down this Hindenburg first, and then they focus on the Montana.
The Hind is healing right now. But it's also getting blapped really hard. Let's see if your team will be able to kill him now. If that'll be the case, well, that'll be a big advantage for your team. I mean, you already are at an advantage, but... yeah, and your gearing is already entering Cap B.
Yeah, and that's smart. I mean, we absolutely have to find a way to get into this cap and put pressure on your team.
But look, now my Moskva is cleverly switching the sides, trying to focus on that rushing armada of ships.
Yep. Yep.
Let's see how helpful he'll be.
Step Citadel, they were trying to make something happen with him in the smoke. It didn't work. I kind of feel like he needs to start getting out and getting shot at, because once again, our team is just basically allowing your team to focus one ship at a time.
Well, you are right, but at the same time, my Hindenburg is dying at this very moment.
But if Step Citadel was shooting his guns, he'd be dead already. So, it's okay. Goris needs to be watching carefully for cross shots coming in from Dead Horse's Montana. Look, Khartoum got another heal off.
Oh, wow. At the last second.
See? And this is another thing in competitive you never do. You never declare a ship dead until it's actually dead. People stop shooting him, and then look what happens.
You are absolutely right. I mean, he might not do a lot, but at least he will get attention from your team, which
Well,
is, I guess, lost DPM.
yes, he's going
But
to take
he
more
will
time.
die now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So now Step
Ship
Citadel...
advantage.
Step Citadel's going to come out right in front of this Ragnar. Which could be interesting, too. Konagaspar continues to be a focused target. I don't know why he's shooting there. Goris and the Marseille needs to make his way to the northern border, and I think he's starting to figure that out.
I'm really worried if Vile knows what he's doing with that Ragnar.
I'm really worried that Step Citadel wants to just sit there. I don't understand what the decision is behind this. I really don't, because now there's 3 ships that are shooting at Konagaspars Marsilli. Kari needs to put his heel up, too.
Yeah, but you were saying about that lack of focus from your team, and they are very well focusing Vile at this moment.
This game is looking much stronger for this team. 100%, I agree.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any ships basically just throwing their lives away willy-nilly like the last few games. So I do like this battle, what we're seeing here. I don't like that Pumse got himself detected into the battle. He absolutely did not need to do that. Montana is turning around. All right, so what needs to happen is our Marsilli, Goris, needs to just ram Dead Horse's Montana. That just needs to happen. Get him off of the board.
Well, that would be a very good trait for your team, that's for sure.
Yep. Meanwhile, we do see the Gearing, Nevsky, Desnail continuing to push and put pressure on Vklax Moskva all the way at the B cap. That's forcing him off the cap. That's going to allow your team to get back in. Unfortunately, there's really... Yeah, you can see that Venn diagram on the water there. There's no way for Obi-Wan or Chukwama to go into the cap right now.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they might want to. Okay, it looks like we might have a ram. Please take the ram. Please take the ram. Do it.
Please don't take the ram. Please don't take the ram.
Do it.
Come on that horse. Come on that horse. You can somehow do it. Even though
That
you're in the
horse
bigger and slower ship.
Versus Goris.
That horse, you're not dead yet.
Goris is actually looking at somebody else. Don't do that. Don't take your eye off the target. He's gonna take his after. He's gonna miss. He's gonna miss the ram because he's getting greedy and he's trying to shoot the Moskva.
No,
he's gonna hit.
He got it.
He gets it. He gets it. And Chukwama.
Yeah.
And Chukwama goes after the Moskva too. Look at that.
Wow.
Look
What the
at
hell?
that. Just like that. Trade 2 for 2,
Wow,
which is
so
absolutely in our
many
favor.
things just happened. Yeah. Very good play, Team DPS.
And now that gives us an opportunity to get back into A. You can see Konagaspar rotating
Look,
now.
I'm gonna call it. It gives you an opportunity to win at this moment.
It really does. I mean, this is our game to lose. 1 minute and 39 seconds left. But at this point, obviously that changes now.
It sure does. It sure does.
All it takes is don't come out and don't get yourself shot at, and Konagaspar is coming out.
Oh, but look what happened to Maple and his Nevsky.
Aha, that's why he was coming out.
Yeah.
No, they're calling it. Your team is calling the wipe. They're just shooting the water. They're basically saying GG's.
Yep.
I'm amazed.
Not surprised.
I guess. I'd rather see them play it out because you just never know when the team wants to win harder.
Look, in the point, it was already so close that there was nothing that they could have done, I think.
You're probably right. This makes for a great death pick either way, so I appreciate the decision.
Yes.
And now we're tied up and going to riposte.
My team, I see we're going... Oh, wow, okay. We have a Vermont, Des Moines, Nevsky, Venezia, instead of, what was it, Hindenburg. A Gearing, Daring, and a Ragnar. Interesting. No Moskva, no Hindenburg, no Montana. And your team has also a fairly interesting lineup.
Yeah, also worthy of note, your Des Moines is range module, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Step Citadel has gone back to Montana on this map. He wants to be able to move around a little bit more, I suppose. We've got a Marsilli, a Des Moines, a Moskva, and now Chukwama in the Brisbane. We haven't seen a Brisbane all tournament, at least, you know, for me. So this is exciting to see us in a Brisbane. And then you've got Obi-Wan now in a Shimakaze with 20.
Yeah. With 20s. Okay.
Kilometer torpedoes.
All
Full
right.
torpedo spec, including the unique upgrade. So he's just gonna
Wow.
spam, and spam some more. And then Poom is in his gearing.
All right. Well, I've seen Brisbane yesterday, but it was in the enemy team, one of the enemy teams. I believe it was Mini Hannibals or Bisons. Yeah. Well, they lost, so. Let's see how yours fare. But very interesting lineups.
Mm-hmm. I do like the idea of taking a Shima with 20s and just going off to the side and just torping the heck out of everything. If your Vermont goes that way, that's going to be spicy.
That is true. Well, I would assume they would put the Vermont somewhere in the middle. But, well, with those 20s, there'll be nowhere where he can hide.
Right.
And it's clear that Obi is getting there. Like, he is listening to you.
Right.
But then again, other than the Vermont, we have, what, Des Moines Hydro, Daring Hydro, Nevsky Hydro. Well, okay, we have way too many ships without Hydro, so... I don't like this. I don't like this.
That is true.
But then again, Kristallken clearly has his RPF because the torpedoes are going somewhere into Obi's way. So he knows what's cooking.
Yep, he definitely does have radio location. Obi does, of course, as well. And okay, so now we're seeing the Nevsky, we see the Death Snail, and there's the radar from the Nevsky just barely catching Obi-Wan for a split second. Something else to look at. So we all know that these torpedo tubes have RNG for hit points, and the front torpedo tube for Obi is under
you're gonna bring it
1,000.
up now.
You're gonna what?
You're gonna bring it up now.
Of course I'm gonna bring it up now. Why wouldn't I bring it up right now? I mean, you know, this has an impact in the game. So it has to be mentioned.
It does. Okay, so
Conda's-
now we have the Moskva spotted.
Mhm.
I just really hope that Maple knows about those torpedoes. I mean, he
He's
should be
got his
expecting them.
hydro on. And he's also kind of sitting behind the smoke, so yeah, I'm sure he's going to be just fine. I think the better question is what's going to happen over at A. V-Clock could easily... Nope, sorry, he had already used his radar earlier to catch Orbital Banana's daring. Step Citadel looks like he is rotating to the other flank as well. And now Chukwama... so we are doing a Death Snail of our own with a Brizzy instead of with... Okay. And catching Ryle out... Or Vile out his Ragnar. I can't English today, sorry. Vile responding with his own...
Come on, Vile. Watch out.
Yep, he responds with his own radar, but catches nothing in the process. We got 3 ships all focusing down Vile right now. He's going to survive, but he did lose a good amount of hit points for his trouble. I like seeing that.
I don't like our star player dying in the first minutes, so...
I mean, I'm okay with this. I will allow it, sir.
But look what's going on with your Moskva.
Conda took some torpedoes from the gearing, and now he is kind of out front. This is something he does a lot. He sticks himself out and gets himself shot at. He absolutely needs to be backing up behind the island right now, as he takes more hits from the Vermont, more hits from the Nevsky. He can't sit there. He has to back up and back around this corner. More torpedoes coming now from the gearing.
Lucky for him, our smoke train is disappearing right now, so Nevsky will be also very vulnerable at this moment.
Yep. Montana shells came and Montana shells missed. Obi-Wan now coming
Luckily
back.
for us.
Yeah. Obi-Wan is now coming back to try to save Conde Gaspar. I don't think he can. There's just...
Yeah.
he's
Double
on 2
fire.
Seal's
3k
unavailable.
left. Yeah, this is probably the end. Oh!
And now he's dead.
And there he goes. But it was close. It was close.
But the problem with that, though, is it pulls Obi off of his plan. He wisely stops, though. If he would have gone in front to try to smoke him up, you can see right there, those torpedoes would have been problematic. Speaking of torpedoes, Maple dodges those no problemo.
Yep. Vile healed up a bit, and now it seems like our team's main target is
Des Moines, V-Clax.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you pronounce it?
I don't know. I'm just calling him VCAC.
Okay.
I don't know. Peacock?
Okay, let's just the Des Moines.
It's called Mike.
Yeah. Andrew it is.
or Bob. Bob works too.
Yes.
Pumancy now trying to smoke up Chukwama again for another death snail. The problem is he's going to sail
Let's
right
see.
into daring torpedoes if he's not too cautious.
What's up
here.
with those torps? Exactly.
He's going to take
Oh,
one.
Oh.
He took
Yeah.
one.
And she's also taking the Des Moines torps.
And he's also blocking Chukwama's
Brisbane.
torpedoes. Yep.
Yes, I meant Brisbane, of course.
Brisbane radar is now up. Vile is detected. The daring is detected.
And the Venezia is.
And the Venezia.
I don't think
Well,
Vile is detected, though.
He is. He is lit. But nobody's shooting at him. For some odd reason, the team has chosen
Oh, yes, you're right, he is.
to focus on the Venezia.
Well, you know that Brisbane shells are not very good at somewhat larger distances, and I would assume that Vile would fairly easily dodge them, but still, yeah.
Marseille, speaking of dodging, Marseille barely dodges torpedoes. Wow, and he's got hydro available too, so that's oof. Des Moines goes into C. Are we going to see Step Citadel come up and just slap him in the face? That would be awesome.
Please no.
That would be absolutely awesome. Can we put up an order for that, please, on like Uber Eats or something? Come on, Step
Well, he's
Citadel.
clearly backing down.
Yes, your Des Moines is
Glotz, I mean.
reversing. But
Will it be enough, though?
You'll note that Step Citadel is also not going very fast here. I don't really
is
understand
not.
why he's moving so slowly, because that's just allowing Vile to just pump shell after shell after shell into him. I see. He wants to help kill the Venezia
He
way
wants
to the
the
north.
Venezia.
These shells have an in-flight meal on the way to their target, which means they're probably going to miss, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yep.
miss. But
Yep.
the idea was there. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, look at
Our
the
Venezia's
torpedoes!
suffering.
Look at the torpedoes at sea on Dead Horses, Vermont! He's going to take two.
No.
And he's going to take 2 more for his trouble. That's not going to be enough.
Yeah, I would not mind at this
Oh!
point to have a ram.
Oh, did you see that AP shell hit from Goros' Marsili? Here comes the next one. That could end it right here.
Yeah, please no.
Kadunk!
Oh, no. Oh no.
And he's charging the smoke with hydro ready. Is he going to do it? He's got the hydro
I don't
on.
like it. Oh. No, he's shooting at the Vermont.
He is indeed shooting
And
at the
he-
Vermont.
And he might not make it into the smoke, honestly, at this
Nope.
rate.
Nope, your gearing is being very smart and running away. He knows he's being hydro
Yeah.
pushed. So now comes the question. Are we going to see a
Well,
ram? Are we going to see an attempted joust here? What's going to happen? And you can see it looks like Step Citadel's going to turn just in time to avoid the ram. There goes the Marsili. Oh, he shot the
Nevsky.
He's expecting to get the ram here, and it's not going to happen.
What
He's going
is
to try to hit the
going on
rear
here?
turrets.
No.
The rear turrets. Don't zoom in with the rears.
Ooh.
Come on. Take your time. Dead Horse should not be turning this much. Oh, and he missed. He missed. He aimed too far forward. He aimed too far forward. He got one citadel. If he would have aimed farther back, he would have gotten both citadels and probably the kill there.
Again, the idea was pretty good to take care of the Nevsky and Vermont at the same time. And then we have Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, he's doing it
Jumping in
again.
on the action.
He's
Jumping
doing it
in on
again.
the action.
Well,
Damn.
because he couldn't even, yeah, we couldn't even get the kill with our battleship, unfortunately. So, yeah. So, 2 sets of torpedoes should be enough to kill Dead Horse. You can see Obi is
it
holding that
sure
last
should
rack
be.
because he needs to make sure he can get something off with that. And now it comes down to something very familiar to us. We're going to have a cap lead, cap advantage. How can we capitalize on this? How can we not throw ships away? This is the hard part for our team right now.
Well, you will have a 2 cap advantage now. Although the
Yes.
points are still with us at the moment.
Yes. I mean, Chukwama is healing up in the Brisbane. He's getting ready for his last encounter, and so is Maples Nevsky. Both players smartly using their heal. So now the question is, which side do you go after? Do you go after the Goering Nevsky, or do you go after Daring, Ragnar, and Venezia? You know they're going to attack from both sides, and it looks like we're choosing the other side. We're choosing the sea side, figuring that the Gearing's going to have to advance.
It looks that way.
Luckchuck Torps coming off. I don't think they're going to get anything.
I think the Gearing sees that gap there. Yeah.
It's a very convenient Gearing-sized gap, let me tell you.
Those Gearing, yes. Those Gearing Torps, though, not in a very good direction.
No. All right, so now we see Obi-Wan smoking up Chukwama. Chukwama's going to go for some easy shell hits right here. Daring is going into the B cap. So if Klacken uses his radar... Okay, so Chukwama uses the radar. That's smart.
Gearing is
Klacken
going to
uses
be in
next.
a pretty difficult situation.
Everybody's in a difficult situation because now Maples Nevsky opens up and Chukwama
so many torpedoes on the map.
yes. This is torpedo dodging minigame. Orbital Banana's in trouble. So is VClack. VClack absolutely needs to radar now and ensure that stays up. There's the radar to keep Orbital Banana up. This could be an assassination there. Look at all the torpedoes coming in into Maple's smoke. He's going to take one on the bow. Banana needs to die here. VClack is in trouble as well. Come on, guys, get the
Banana,
kill. Get the kill.
You can do
Let's
it.
go. Let's go.
No.
1300. You can do it. And there goes Clack.
Oh, Venezia killed. Yeah.
I figured that was going to happen.
Banana is dead as
okay.
well. Yeah.
There's the trade. Oh my god.
Yes,
this game
indeed.
is ridiculousness. Okay, so now the question becomes, do you switch it up and go after the Venezia and Ragnar, who are both lower health than the Gearing and the Nevsky? This is the power of 2 ships working together in tandem.
The enemy is about to win.
All right. So Venezia is detected now, so he knows that he's been spotted. Man, if Chukwama were just to YOLO north, he might even catch the Ragnar out. But he's smartly staying behind this island right now, as both teams get their radar reloaded.
No one wants to make a mistake at this moment.
No.
Very high stakes.
Very high stakes. Now
Very
Vile's going to
close
go.
game.
Vile's going to go into the cap, and unfortunately, Chukwama no longer has radar available. So as soon as that happens, something's going to have to be decided in team death picks. And that's going to be to either North or south? You got to choose. You're now on a timer. As Khartoum has torpedoes coming right for him. Remember, he doesn't get hydro, and he takes a torpedo.
That's not ideal.
Not ideal, but it hurts nonetheless. And look, Maple is just going for it, and so is Chukwama.
Oh wow.
Citadel,
you're
I like
showing
it.
too much broadside, man. What is up with
Obi-Wan
that?
Gets in, smokes, and unfortunately, Maple
Okay,
has
they're
his
going
radar
for
available.
Obi-Wan.
So Obi-Wan is going to go down here. There he goes. And now it comes down to one ship, one more ship kill, and that does it.
Okay.
Vile now pumping AP shells into
Vile
Chukwama.
Exactly. And then you're gearing also fairly close to getting it. What about those torps? What
That'll
about those
do it.
Nevsky torps?
That'll do it right
Yeah,
here.
very
There
good
it
torps.
is.
Oh yeah.
And it is
Woo!
time for dirty water. Wow.
Zath, I have to tell you, that was so close. Such a good game.
It was a very close game. Yes, it was a good battle back and forth. I feel like
Yeah.
some of the biggest mistakes made, Gaspar just throwing a ship away there, way too aggressive, taking those gearing torps and all that. That hurt. The other big thing was our Montana not ramming the Vermont, instead getting greedy and missing the ram, and then missing the follow-up shot that could have killed the Vermont. But
Yeah.
so many what-ifs
Look,
right there.
Exactly. I feel like I lost the couple of left hair that I had on the top of my head. Seriously. That was fun, but really stressful to watch. Well, salutations to you and your team.
Thank you.
And I hope you can cheer for us to get a second win in a row.
No way, you're wargaming. I can't cheer for you. Sorry.